How's it going, guys? Untamed Gaming here. Welcome back to the channel, and today's video is mainly talking about nostalgia. And this video kind of inspired me. It's actually kind of one of the main reasons why I wanted to come back and make YouTube videos. And I want to give a shout out to Loaded Buggy on YouTube. He does live streams, and from the look of his channel, he does kind of like what I do, is doing old school Call of Duty commentaries where it's nothing but just Call of Duty gameplay up on the screen and me talking about whatever, and that topic being nostalgia. And it was actually one of his videos talking about nostalgia that I wanted to make my own, kind of like, kind of like a discussion, like if you're on like a social media and there's, talking about nostalgia, and you make a discussion with everybody else. And I kind of want to put my 2 cents in there. And I'm kind of going to make another video talking about Modern Warfare Remastered in the future. But nostalgia is like one of those things where I find myself coming back and watching old stuff in the past that I really enjoyed at one time, and kind of, I guess, to kind of give an example, there were times like in the previous weeks where I was on the couch and I had my iPad and I was going through some old videos I've made in the past, and I was like laughing at it, and just hitting me is like, wow, like this video was made like 7 or 6 years ago, and I just remember having all my friends be in the party or in the game. We're just having a grand old time, and like it's like now 6-7 years later, I barely hear from one of them. I occasionally talk to the other. Some of them I still have contact with to this day, and we sometimes still play games right now. But it's just that it's almost, there's a trend out there, especially with gaming, when they show their Xbox friend list, and it says, it first goes off like, oh, we're on Minecraft or whatever, and it's like, all right, I'll let's play tomorrow, whatever. But that never comes because you're growing up, college, job, for me, career. So it's not like 14-year-old me don't have a job, don't have to worry about college, don't have to worry about getting a job, don't need to worry about paying bills or whatever. It's just me, the day, my friends, and games, and whatever. So you kind of take a memory trip back to when life was really simpler. And it's like now, as I'm standing here being an adult who has my own house, who has a career, who has to pay bills, I finally now understand this, how simple and how easy life used to be back then. Even with, when it comes down to doing these kind of videos, I go back and watch videos from a fella named Chris Move. He doesn't do Call of Duty videos, but when he was, it really was one of those videos I always came back and watched whatever he put out. And my gosh, he was so entertaining and inspired me to be like, okay, what can I do that he is doing? When I put up my first couple of uploads to YouTube and kind of, classifying myself now as a Call of Duty commentator, the one who, is part of this community, it felt so awesome to get my content out there, and to hopefully one day, hopefully one of my videos takes off, and gets 1 million views, which it has. And that feeling of getting 1 million views was just mind-boggling. I mean, not many people on YouTube I mean, I guess now when they have shorts, you could easily get a million views. But back then, when you're doing just these videos, getting a million views was almost like you were put on a high pedestal, and it just was awesome. It was an awesome feeling, and it's also kind of a sad feeling. Like, you can't. Some of us, we can't even do that anymore. Like, we can't call up our friend and tell them to get online because they're doing stuff that they don't have time to do and come on and play games or whatever. I am pretty fortunate to have a group of friends to this day who still want to play, some games with me. I still have one of my childhood friends, and I played video games back in middle school, high school. On occasion, still wanting to come and play games with me, and there'll be some days where he'll snap me and saying, when are we going to play N? N is like our slang of saying NHL, hockey. So when are we playing N tonight? And I'll tell him, oh, tonight, since me and Lauren don't have any plans, so we could do that tonight. So I'd come home after work and take care of the dogs, do any chores that need to be done, and then when it's all done, I can hop on and we can play up for like about 2 hours or whatever, then we get off after that. So I mean, I'm pretty fortunate, pretty lucky to still have that, I guess, relationship with Garrett, that we can still do stuff that we used to do, back in the day, because it's our form of entertainment. We like to play games with each other, and I understand that there's some people out there who have groups of friends that they played with, in groups of sixes or whatever, and had a large group of people that they played with. And now, I mean, I guess it's kind of true with me, because we had like a lot of people that we played games with, but now it's dwindled down to on occasion I'll play with 2 people that I used to play games with a lot, or even just one. It's not like how it was back in the day, and when I look back on that, it's almost like that's like the old you, that's what you were doing, but now like this is the you of now. But I kind of find the light in that kind of problem. I kind of find more purpose of doing these videos, and that is, for one day, when I have kids of my own, say when they're about 4 years old, I can come back onto this channel, since I've had it since 2013. I can come back and show my kids what I was like in my teenage years. They can hear my voice, they can see how I act, see how silly I act. And I want to say to people who've had YouTube channels out there who still have them, do not delete them. I mean, unless they have a copyright strike. But if you've had it for a long time, I say keep those channels up and running with all the videos on there. And I want to say you're going to create more memories with your kids. And you're going to have a fun time because they're your videos. And you're going to have a more better time showing your kids, because it's like, hey, this is how your dad was, or this is how your mother was at this age. And I feel like it's one of those things that everybody can get a laugh out, and it's that's what I want to do, is like make this channel into like a time capsule of me. And I mean, who knows? I mean, maybe one day my kid might take over this channel and go off and do whatever he wants to do with it, carry on the legacy of Untamed Gaming. But yeah, so this was kind of like a nice memory trip of talk about nostalgia and things, looking back on them. And I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I mean, if you guys relate to this, please discuss what your feelings about nostalgia are in the bottom of the video, and take care out there and stay safe.